Hey everyone, and welcome to Octagon News. Today we're tackling a hot topic that's got the entire MMA community buzzing. With the recent shakeup around the glove switch for UFC 309, fans are voicing strong opinions and the speculation is intense. Stick around as we dig into the backstory and break down the fierce reactions that are lighting up the MMA world. Fighters who are competing on the UFC 309 card had been informed that they will be using the old gloves as opposed to the new design this weekend. Back in June, the UFC officially switched their official gloves over to a new design, with the hope being that it would lead to fewer broken hands and eye pokes. In addition, the material was considered to be superior to the old design in a general sense. Of course, after just 5 months of data, it's hard to know for sure what kind of impact they're having, but some have pointed to the numbers that suggest we're seeing less knockouts with the new gloves. Now, prior to UFC 309, it's been reported that the promotion has told fighters they'll be competing with the old gloves for the New York City card. UFC has informed the fighters competing on Saturday's 309 card in New York City that they will be using the old gloves, not the new ones introduced back in June, per multiple sources. Specific reason unclear at the moment. After news about the glove switch leaked, many MMA fans took to X to share their opinions, with many believing that the UFC wants to allow Jon Jones to use the old gloves because it makes it easier for him to perform eye pokes, which he is known for. The one card Jon Jones is on and they use the old gloves. Sounds fishy. Expect to see eye pokes, folks. Bet the over on the eye pokes in the main event. Bruh, anything to protect Jones. I mean, what's next? Dana judges the fight, so Jon can eye poke freely. What's the over-under on Jon eye pokes? Uncle Chael, what's the line at DraftKings? The reason is Jon Jones. We all know this. Jon never even tried on the new gloves until yesterday, and when he did, he told Dana they don't work for him. The new ones inhibit eye pokes, so Jon Jones insisted they use the old ones so he can poke Stipe's eyeballs much easier. Pretty sure Jon Jones is pumped. They're sticking with the old gloves for UFC 309. At least he owns up to the eye-poking tendencies. They're trying to give Jones an advantage via eye pokes, and I absolutely love it. Probably Jon Jones told Dana, I like the old gloves better, so he replaced them. We all know the reason. One fighter has to keep his finger poking abilities. Jones needs to be able to blind Stipe for good, finish the job DC started. Specific reason unclear. Man, we know the reason and we're grateful. This shit is rigged harder than the 2020 election. They really gonna let Jon eye poke. This shit is rigged harder than the 2020 election. They really gonna let Jon eye poke. Jon Jones said it wasn't as easy to poke people in the eyes with the new gloves, so they're using the old ones. The new glove design is cool and all, but they simply haven't done enough to deserve Jon Jones fighting in them. How convenient, right before a Jon Jones fight, so he can poke Stipe in the eyes. Let me guess. Did Jones requested the change? Perception is reality. Jones needs the eye poke, best weapon out there. People talking about Jones and eye pokes must have forgot Chris Weidman is on the card too. From the first day I saw the gold gloves, I noticed that when it comes to upgrading the opponent, it is more difficult than with the black ones. I don't know if it's pure mania of mine. I know the exact reason why I'm going to let you guys do your own digging, but I will say a fighter filed a suit in court over cuts and injuries because of said glove. Do some research, so I believe they have been pulled till UFC lawyers can figure out steps going forward. So, Jon can poke Stipe's eyes out easier when it starts getting hard. Also, the KO rate with the new gloves was lower, and Jon needs every ounce of power he can't get with his pillow hands. This is absolute rubbish made for Jon Jones specifically. Fingers outstretched to stop Stipe getting close. He probably had to agree to it, but this is absolute garbage. Well, the old fighters have dictated all the other terms. Let them have the ancient gloves too while we're at it. Theme of the night. Good. I hope they just stick with using the old original gloves. Even if the new glove stuff is purely superstitious, we should still go back to using the old gloves no matter what. It could at least mentally trick us that it's doing something. Very odd. The amount of work they put into creating these gloves, made a video about the process, held a new conference, and now they're gone? Dana, people need answers on this one. I mean, they trying to give him everything he loves to do. 12 to 6 elbows, eye-poking gloves, and testosterone enhancements. Probably because the KO percentage went down so much since the new gloves, and apparently a lot of fighters were saying they sucked and that it was hard to make a fully closed fist. That's a wrap for today on Octagon News. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your take on the glove change? Drop your thoughts below.